Guys, thanks for watching Homesteading on the Side, and tonight for dinner we're going to make some Parmesan mushroom steaks. So for this recipe we are going to need some olive oil, some heavy whipping cream, or half and half, whatever you have. I have heavy whipping cream in the fridge that needs to be used, so that's what I'm going to use. Some Parmesan cheese, butter, garlic, onion, mushrooms. I have some garlic powder, salt and pepper. You're going to need chicken stock. This is my home canned chicken stock, but you can use stock in a box, stock in a can, the bouillon, whatever you have. Either way, chicken stock. Some flour, and I've just got 2 tablespoons here. Some spinach, and you can use fresh if you liked. I have frozen in the freezer, and I'm just going to go ahead and just make sure I drain it real good and use it. And then I've got almost 4 pounds. These are pretty good sized steaks that I'm going to use to fry up. You can use chicken breast if you prefer, but I have steak that I got on sale and they need to be used, so I'm going to go ahead and just use those tonight instead. And then you're going to need a skillet for frying. So let's get started. Alright, so I've been heating my skillet, and I'm going to add a little bit of oil. And I'm going to sear the steaks. And I've got a pan here that I put for a baking sheet. Put some foil down and then a rack, because I'm going to sear these and then put them in the oven to finish cooking, because they're kind of big steaks. I have sliced my mushrooms, diced real fine my onions and garlic, and then I've got my butter and flour, and we'll make the sauce in just a minute, but I want to get these into the pan, and I'll make the sauce as soon as they get in. So I don't add pepper to my steaks when I start to sear them, because I find the pepper burns. So I just season them real good with salt and get them into the pan. And once they're in there, let them sear. Don't move them around. Don't flip them a whole lot. Let them go. So now, and I've got a bag of frozen spinach that I am draining as well. So let me get the sauce going. Alright, so for the sauce, we're going to need 1 cup of chicken broth, 2 cups of whipping cream, or half and half, whatever it is that you have, you use, or you could even use whole milk, but I've got whipping cream, so 2 cups of whipping cream. And then you're going to need 2 tablespoons of flour, and I've got some grated Parmesan here, and I'll probably wind up using all of it. That's probably a little under a cup. I will use that. So let me get my spinach out of the sink, and it's time. I'm going to go ahead and flip these. Yeah. Nice and crispy, crusty. That's what you want. I said I don't want to cook these too. I just want to sear them. Yeah. Wonderful. These are going to be delicious. So let me get these seared and we'll be right back. Alright, so I think, yeah, these are done. Now I'm going to go ahead and put these on the baking rack with the foil. And I'm going to put these in a 300-degree oven and let them cook until they are done to your liking. We like them medium and medium well because we have children. So I'm going to let them cook for a little while, at least until I get the sauce done. So put those in. Alright, now that we have all the drippings in the pan, I'm going to add 2 teaspoons, maybe a good tablespoon of butter. You know what? I'm going to need a little more than that. There we go. And I'm going to add the mushrooms and cook them around. When the mushrooms are done, like I said, you can cook them as much or as little as you like, however tender that you like them. Put them in a bowl, and then we'll start the rest. But I want to go ahead and get these mushrooms cooked down just a little bit. Yeah, that's good. Add the mushrooms in. Touch of salt. And then I'm going to cook these just until they're tender. Alright, now we're going to add the sauce. Leave the drippings in the pan. I've moved the mushrooms. You can see they're a little tender. And I'm going to add probably 2 tablespoons of butter to the pan. And I'm going to add my onions and garlic. Okay, it's in. And just for good measure, you know what? I'm going to add a little bit of garlic powder. Just because. And then I always use unsalted butter. That way I can control how much salt I put in. That way I know what it's going to taste like, because I know how much salt is in it. With salted butter, sometimes it can just be too salty. So I'm going to add a pinch of salt. You can see all the drippings from the steak and the mushrooms all coming up. Okay, those are soft. I'm going to add my 2 tablespoons of flour. Get that all in. And cook it for just a second. Make sure all the bits are off the bottom. And then I'm going to add in my 1 cup of chicken broth and 2 cups of heavy cream. And just stir it until it starts to get thick. So let me just start whisking away and we'll be right back. Alright, it's starting to thicken up on me. So now that that has started, I'm going to add my frozen spinach that I have drained. There it goes. And I'm going to add back the mushrooms and all their wonderful juicy butteriness. And then just break up the spinach into the sauce. And as this heats, it'll heat through the spinach and the mushrooms, and it will continue to thicken. I've got the steaks still in the oven, and I'm just going to put them back in the sauce, but my husband likes his pretty rare, so I went ahead and pulled his. So let me get this cooking and all stirred in. We'll be right back. So I'm going to serve breadsticks to go with dinner tonight, and a quick tip that I wanted to give you guys. This is bakery breadsticks. I picked these up at Walmart. I picked these up on a sale rack when they reduced it by half. Let's see if it'll focus. I don't know. Well, it was $2.98 and it's reduced to $1.49. And whenever these go on sale and I see a bunch of stuff like this on the rack, I grab as many as up there and I throw them in the freezer. Put them in a freezer bag, and that way you've always got baguettes and breadsticks and croissants and buns. That way you've always got it on hand if you don't feel like cooking or you don't have time, something quick. So I'm going to pop these in the oven and serve these with dinner. Alright, my sauce is nice and creamy and done, so I'm just going to take the steaks, nestle them in the sauce. I got the zucchini in the oven. I'll link for that to my stuffed zucchini. But put these in here, and I'm just going to let these sit until we're ready to eat. Dinner's served. Hope you enjoy.